Hey guys, Rummy and Alex here again from eXp Realty, talking about real estate insight and talking about, how to be updated on what's happening in real estate. Alex, new question for you, man.
Let's do it.
When agents out there are looking for teams and they want to join your team,
Yeah.
right? And right now we've seen a big pool of agents leave the market all of a sudden. They weren't doing any deal. What are you looking for in an agent? And if the agent doesn't join your team, and that's perfectly fine, how would you advise that agent to be doing? What should they be doing in the first 3 months? So what are you looking for in your team, like the team member? If I think you're always hiring, but what
Of
is the
course.
criteria that you said, hey, you got to have this. If you have this, let's go. I'll take you to the top. And then if the agent doesn't join your team, what do you expect them to do in the first 3 months? Or if they do join your team?
So basically an agent, what I'm looking for basically, I make it very clear to an agent. One thing I make very clear, like for instance, some agents want to do this part-time. In reality, this job as a realtor, as a professional, can do it really part-time. You really got to give it your all to it. You got to come in as a full-timer. I'm not a big fan of those part-timer agents, right? They got the first job, so they don't have that pressure that they need to provide for their family because they got their first job. And then they use real estate as a plan B. And let me just stick around and hang out, in other words. And me personally, once they tell me they're a part-timer, I'll tell them, come back to me when you're ready. When you're deciding that you're going to come in full-time, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing to get homes sold and also teach these, educate them the right way, the right path, right? I provide all the training, right? We go over scripts, right? But more is I explain to them that you got to come in with that drive.
What are you looking for beyond that right now? That drive, what?
I'm looking for that drive, right? I'm looking for that agent that really wants to do this, right? That really wants to become a professional realtor, all right? And it definitely wants this as a career. And I will also go all because, it has the pros and cons, right? And
Yeah.
I'll go over it with them. I give it to them. I'm very transparent. That's who I am. I'm very transparent. And I give it to them and tell them exactly what they're getting themselves into, right? But if they follow my lead, you're gonna get good results within the 3 months. For the first 3 months as an agent, first 6 months or a year, it's tough. But if you follow my lead and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do, man, you're gonna get what you want and the results you want and provide to your family, right?
Nice.
So I basically have a blueprint exactly of what I would provide to them. Let them know this is what you do and this is gonna be a results for it. And you're gonna see results because I'm doing it. I've been doing it for 7 years full time. I love it.
Nice, man. And I'm going to disagree just a little bit on you, man, on that. And I think that if the person is on a transition from job from a part-time to a full-time, which I have seen in my career a little bit, but I think the most important part, what you said, which I agree on, is the motivation that they have. If they have a motivation, like I have an agent right now, and for privacy reasons, I'm not going to say her name, but she is a beast, right? She got a full-time agent, but she's showing up to my every meeting. She's making calls in the car. Dude, she got like 2-3 buyers that she's taken out in the first 2-3 months. I'm just baffled, right? There's another one that we transitioned for. Oh, Linda, you know who she is, was working full time. The first year she came on and, she killed it. And now she's, I'm sorry, part-time. Then she became a full-time. So again, I think the motivation, I think I agree with you 100%. If they don't have the motivation to show up, I don't care if you're working full time. That's not my problem. I mean, you're doing it for your reason. But if I have a meeting at 9 o'clock, well, I'm doing scripting at 7:30. Let's get into it, right? Let's make it happen. If that person shows up, 100%. But yeah, I do concentrate 95% of the time for full-time agents that are self-motivated. And what I look for is somebody who's really, really hungry and has a big why. If that big why is there, I could push that big why, and I
keep reminding them why.
Yeah, and the why, it's not even like, oh, I gotta provide for my kids. I mean, I like all that stuff too as well. And I think I've been there, we all been there, but really why you're really doing this, right? And if I could pick that pain and help you transition into this beast of a mode of an agent. And with EXP, as you guys know already, we have more than 85 hours of trainings. We have a system in place. We have KV. I mean, there's so much to offer in the back end. I do believe EXP is a best platform to be at because of the value that it provides, and it's only $85. I mean, it's just crazy. Even KV Core costs $300 if you go, which is the CRM, which you go independently. So right then and there, it's like double the saving. In the first 3 months, I have agents that have done it, but I think that the biggest concept that I have noticed, Alex, is that the agents that don't follow the system that you have in place and again, going back to the basics where you and I started off, we was talking about this, about making calls. Like, hey, like even me making calls in South Carolina now, because we don't have enough expireds. That's what I did in New York in the beginning. So, have to transition a little bit. Are you willing to put the time in to make those happen? Are you willing to script? Are you willing to write your script? Are you willing to spend an hour on yourself, mastery on what you need to do? And tell me something, right? Because carpenters and plumbers, and we got school teachers, hairdressers, they go for school and they have to get certified. They have to get hours of schools that they have to put in. In real estate, it's a low entry. And I think because of the low entry, people don't take this seriously.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, because, they take the class, they take the test, they pass it, and they think that's it. And it's not like that. It's like you were saying earlier, these agents got to start educating themselves, getting education, training themselves. You know what I'm saying? Going to training on all these workshops. It's very important to go to all these workshops. Keep yourself motivated and also getting educated. So you go educate your clients, right? Because you want to guide your clients the right way. So 100%, I agree with you. EXP provides all of that. Training, system in place, everything.
Yeah, call Alex or myself if you guys have any questions. It's a 15 minutes video. I would, I encourage everyone that's out there, you owe it to your family, the most important part, because I always hear you have a loyalty. Well, I have a loyalty to my kids. I have a loyalty to my family. I have a loyalty to my grandkids in the future. I got loyalty, right? 100%. Because again, either your loyalty is making you money, getting you stocks, revenue share, and all the value that EXP has to offer, or you just have a loyalty to someone that might not last forever, right? Transition's always going to be happening. So give us a call, 15 minutes, sit down with us, a 3-way call, no obligations. You owe it to yourself. Just look at the opportunity. All right, guys. Any last words, Alex?
I'm here if you need anything.
Good. Alex is good today. He's back. All right, guys. Again, Real Estate Inside. Go ahead and follow us. Hit the like, alert, and all this good stuff that you see down here. So that way we could give you on a weekly base on insight what's happening. We're going to keep you on a local base on the pulse of the real estate that's happening. And we'll be transparent with you on, hey, yeah, we're seeing more sellers. We're seeing more buyers. So stay tuned, making sure that you're getting updated from experts out there like us. Have an amazing day, guys.
Take care, guys.